This is a tiny tutorial about finding ancient earth veins, which in turn gives you ether shards. Ether shards are a resource used for crafting only, and they were added in December 2014, and pretty much everything seems to take them now. So people are a little freaked out by how many are needed, but there are easy ways to find them, and I thought I'd show you a couple of different techniques right now. My first bit of advice is to go to a desert. The desert makes it a lot easier to find them in the view that I'm using right now, which is the map view, provided you have good color vision. I know some people have some limitations, but the reason being is you've got kind of gray tones for rocks in the desert, the light color for the sand. This right here is ancient earth, which is the darker brown, so that helps. And then the only other, because the minerals and ore mostly went underground, you really only have agate and copper showing up on the surface now, so along with the ancient earth. So it makes it a lot easier to spot them that way. So until you can get the next sets of tools I'm going to show you here, that is one way to find them. My next bit of advice is, after you of course make a grappling hook, because that makes travel around landmark much easier, is I would upgrade your picks as often as you can. But this tool right here, the ground sounder, is used to locate gems or gemstones and minerals. So this is what the agate looks like. It's kind of a bright yellow, kind of like a fresh egg yolk. And then if I go over here, the ancient earth, when you get really close to it, is kind of this darker tone. It kind of reminds me of a hard-boiled egg yolk. What I like to do, and I'm going to zoom out to do this so I don't kill you with the sound of it, is another optional tool is to make a pulverizer. Mine is the calibrated rock grinder. And the pulverizer, I just like it because it makes it very easy to remove the material around this vein or node. I do that because for me, it's a lot easier to make sure I get the whole thing than if I just try to use my pick. So I'm going to remove all of this material, or most of it. I don't necessarily remove every little bit of it, but enough so I can see it, you know, exactly where it's at. And then I'm going to come back out here. One more pass. And this way I know that I'm going to get the whole thing. Now you can use your grappling hook to go over there, or you can just, depending on how good your pick is. Mine has decent reach, but not the best. And then you just mine away. The reason I say this is a really good way to do it is, well, you could certainly go and kill monsters, and monsters will give you approximately, I think I was averaging about between 10 and 40 or something like that per monster. That can be a little time consuming. The next best way I found is to look for chests inside of caves, but that's a little, you know, hit or miss. If you get lucky, you find chests. If you have bad dice like me and you never see chests, then you're not going to get a whole lot of them that way. So this to me is the best surefire way to get it. I timed it earlier just to see what my averages were, and with this particular desert, in a span of 10 minutes, I found 5 of these ancient earth spawns, nodes, veins, whatever you want to call them, all within that 10 minutes, and each one gave me 650 shards. So 650 shards in 10 minutes ain't shabby, folks. That's pretty good. So again, the main tool you want to build is the ground sounder. That's at the Tinker's Workshop. You'll use that to locate the nodes. I recommend the grappling hook. You use Q to fire it, just because that makes getting across the ground very quick. And then it allows you to find these much faster. Your pulverizer, again, completely optional. The nice thing about the pulverizer, I should mention also, is that if you find that you have a plethora of stone and dirt, sometimes you want to minimize how much of it you have in your bags. This only picks up, or only removes the dirt and stone. It doesn't actually collect it. So it can be a really good way to reveal what you're looking for, but also to prevent you from stuffing your bags with dirt and stone. Alright, I think that concludes this tiny tutorial. Happy ether shard hunting. If you do need aspects, like aspects of gathering to upgrade tools, to make any gear like armor, weapons, etc., you will still need some monsters for that, or to trade in the community is what I'd recommend. Very friendly community. Otherwise, give this a shot. Thanks for listening, and I'm sure I'll talk to you soon.